Very good morning, friends. Shall we start? Yes. So today we are going to start Selenium. Shall we? Right. Before starting Selenium, I would like to give you a small introduction about what is testing, and based on that we will be continuing our automation testing. Shall we? Yes. Okay. My first question is, what is testing? What is testing? Okay, right. Based on the requirements, comparing the actual value. Checking the application is working as per the desire. Very good. Excellent. To ensure whether the application is working as per the customer's requirements or not is known as testing. Yes, there are many definitions for it. I can just give you number of definitions, like testing means to ensure that the product is a quality product. We will follow one process in the company. That process is known as what? Testing. As you told, to ensure whether the product is working according to the customer expectations and also whether it is user friendly or not. One process we will follow. That process is known as what? Testing. So in a software company, test engineers will first identify the defects by using the product. After that, they will send that defects to the development department, and once the next build is released, once again they will check the product is defect free or not. This entire process is known as what? Testing. So like that, there are many definitions which we can say for testing. But I want to make you people simply understand what is testing. Simply. Even a non-IT background student also should first understand what is testing. What is testing? For that, let us take one simple example and try to define it in a very simple words. All of your definitions are correct. Whatever I have discussed now are correct. But in a very simple manner, what is testing? Shall we? Right. Any software application, once it is developed, any software application, once it is developed, before giving it to the customer, somebody need to check whether it is working fine or not. For example, let us take the Gmail application. Which application? Gmail. Everybody know about it? So in the Gmail application, let us take only the first page. In the first page, you will be having username field, password field, login button. Now, I need to test whether that login button is working fine or not. I need to test whether that login button is working fine or not. Let us give chance to our new student. How you are going to test it? What you are going to do on the application? Application is open. And I am asking, please test whether the login button is working fine or not. So what you will do? Very good. I will enter valid username. Next. I will enter valid password. I will click on login button. And I will check corresponding home page is displayed or not. Is it right or not? This is known as testing. Testing means doing some actions on the application and checking whether it is working according to the customer expectations or not. Clear for everybody? Hello? Testing means doing some actions on the application and checking whether it is working according to the customer requirements or not. Yes or no? He entered the valid username, entered the valid password, clicked on login. These are all nothing but actions. Entering is one action, entering is another action, clicking is one action. And he has done some actions, and checked whether the corresponding page is coming or not according to the customer expectations. Is it clear for everybody? Yes, sir. So simply, what is testing? Testing means doing some actions and checkings. Malla cheppandi. Doing some actions and checkings. If at all, we means human beings do all those actions and checkings, we call it as manual testing. Human beings, with our efforts, if we do the actions and do the checkings and come to a conclusion, that is known as what testing? Manual testing. In testing? No, sir. No, sir. I don't want to do. I want one assistant, sir. I want one assistant, sir. I am a senior test engineer. I will appoint one junior test engineer. Come on here. And what I want to do, I will say it to him. Enter valid username. Enter valid password. Click on login button. Check. So and so page is displayed or not. Junior test engineer understood that, and he has done all those actions. He entered the username, he entered the password, he clicked on login button and checked corresponding page is coming or not, and he is saying, sir, corresponding page came, sir. Are you getting my point? Or if at all the corresponding page is not coming, sir, corresponding page is not coming, sir. Clear, huh? So he is a human being or not a human being? So like that, I have appointed one assistant and made him to do my work. I got the idea. That is entering the username, entering the password, clicking on login button is my idea. That idea I am saying to my junior and making him implement on the application, and finally that fellow, after checking, he is saying some results to me. Based on that, okay, application is working fine. Okay, application is not working. Okay, if it is not working, I will take one document. That is defect profile document. What document? And will enter the defect. Upon entering the valid username and valid password and clicking on login button, the corresponding page is not displayed. And I will send this document to the development department. Are you getting my point? And once I send it to the developers, they will understand the problem and try to do the rectification. After rectification, once again the application will be released to the testing department. Again, oh junior, do it, once again, do it. What, sir? That only my enter valid username, valid password, click on login button. Again, same, okay. Come on here, he has done, but he is not having much interest to do the same work again. Come on here, but somehow he managed and done it. Again, it's not working. Are you getting my point? He told me the result. Again not working. Again, I have updated the defect profile, sent to the development department and waited for the rectified application. Generally we call it as next build. Next. So next build, once it is released, hello junior, do it once again. He is saying, what is this, sir? Again and again, same work. I am boring, sir. Come on here. Boring? You are my assistant. Do it. Then somehow he managed, done it. Come on here. And not only that, all the related features of that also test, I told. Come on here, tested, and again given me the report. Based on that, if any defects are there, again I updated the defect profile, reported it to the developer. This is the way how we do manual testing. But this fellow is getting bored in the middle. This fellow is getting bored in the middle to do the same work again and again. So I have replaced this fellow with selenium. What is that? Or with QTP. In the place of this junior fellow, I am going to use a tool. I am going to use a tool that is known as automated tool. Whatever the junior is doing, whatever my assistant is doing, not using the human being, I will be using a tool in the place of him. Come on, yeah. If at all, not him. Selenium is there. Selenium, enter valid username. Selenium, enter valid password. Selenium, click on login button. Selenium, check corresponding page is coming or not. And also, finally show me the results. Whatever this fellow has done, Selenium can do all those things. So, in the place of him, we will use Selenium or QTP or WinRunner or some other tool. If we use a tool in the place of him and make the tool do the actions and checkings, that type of testing is known as automation testing. Aim testing? Okay, sir. Manual testing, automation testing are not different, sir. Come on. Both are same, sir. Instead of a human being, in the place of him, we will use one tool and make it do our work. That is known as automation testing. But most of the people think, I know manual testing, I have 5 years of experience, but I don't know automation testing. So please forget this. You already know automation testing also. Why? Because testing is testing only. Testing means doing some actions and checking. So if you do it with your efforts, so that is known as manual testing. If we use the tool and make it to do that particular actions and checking, so that is known as, if it is a human being, in whatever language he understands, I will give that instructions. Enter valid username, enter valid password, I click on login button. This is English language. Because my junior will understand English, I am giving the instructions in. Come on, yaar. But Selenium will not understand English. Which language it understands, sir? Telugu? No, it cannot understand Telugu also. Hindi? No, it cannot understand Hindi also. It can understand Java. What is that? Okay. Whatever the instructions we want to give to the Selenium, we should give in Java language. What language? Just like in English how I told, in the same way in Java I will tell to the Selenium. Hello? Come on here. For my junior what I told, enter valid username. For Selenium also, in Java, same meaning, enter valid username. But in Java, the language as it is different. Come on here, the instruction writing will be different. But most of the people, soon after I say Java, half of your hopes will go. Are you getting my point or not? Java. Why? Because from your college days onwards, your trainers has made you people set your mind that Java is difficult. Come on, yeah. So English, Telugu, Hindi, these languages are more difficult than Java. Java is very easy. I will challenge you. You can speak wrong in English, but in Java, perfect. I will not make you to miss a semicolon also or bracket also. Come on, yeah. So 100% perfectly every line we can write in Java. If I ask you to write a test case in English, you may be writing a wrong sentence. But in Java you cannot write, and if you write also it will not allow you, it will beat you. So automation testing is more easy than manual testing. Most of the people, as they don't know that, just to cover their work. Half English I know, I can cover it and write some test case and make my juniors understand and execute it like that they will be going. But Java is the most easiest language. Is it really a sir? You are wantedly setting our mind, and we have proved it so many times for so many batches. I hope all of you know about. And a number of my old students are happily writing Java programs. Not only that, recently, as I told you, I have taken a seminar in one college, around 400 members sitting in the seminar. 4 hours I have taken the seminar. By the end of the seminar, the result is all the 400 members, they have started writing the Java program on their own and they executed it and shown me the results. Just 4 hours. 8 months, 9 months Java నేర్చుకుంటుంటారు కదా మీరు. By the end of it, మళ్ళా Java అంటే ఏందో తెలియదు. కరెక్ట్ అన్నో? నాకు ఒక ఛాన్స్ ఇవ్వండి, నేను పొలిటీషియన్ కాదు. ఆర్ యూ గెటింగ్ మై పాయింట్ ఆర్ నాట్ రైట్? ఇస్తే ప్రూవ్ చేసుకుంటానని చెప్పడానికి ఆల్రెడీ ప్రూవ్ చేసుకున్నాను, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పి పంపించారు ఇక్కడికి. Is it right or not? Most of you people join here through reference only. As all the number of students already got benefited here and they already got job, based on that only you came here kabatti. So 100% it is already proved that each and every single person can learn Java. So very very easy anamata. Just one day class untundi manaku. A one day lone meeku Java mottham vachestadi. So first of all, you forget that you are going to write one program. You remember that in the place of human being, I have Selenium. It can understand Java language. I want Selenium to do some works on the application. It need to enter the username. It need to enter the password. It need to click on login. So I need to give one instruction to the Selenium. Are you getting my point or not? You never think that you are writing one Java program. You always think, I am giving the instructions to Selenium. In the place of human being, I will assume a Selenium. Clear for everybody, right? Whatever I want to say for him, I will say for the Selenium in its understandable language. So there is no difference between manual testing and automation testing. Finally, testing is testing only. If we do it with our efforts, so that is known as what? Manual testing. If we use the tool and half of our efforts are reduced and make the tool to do it, that is known as automation. Half and not complete. Why? Because even though I am using a tool, I must be there. I should give some instructions to the tool. Come on here. Hello. And I should give some information for it and should make it to do my job. Come on here. Why sir, why headache? Why are you using Selenium in the place of this fellow? You can use this fellow only, no sir. Already we know one language, English, and you are saying there is no difference. Come on here. You can use this fellow only, no, and make the manual testing itself very simple, no. I already know English. If I say something in English, this fellow will understand and he can do it. Why should I remove this fellow and keep Selenium in the place of this fellow and should learn Java language and then give the instructions for that Selenium? This fellow is getting bored whenever I ask some work to be done repeatedly. But Selenium will never get bored. Are you getting my point? How many times I ask Selenium, do it, and Selenium will do it and show the results. Again do, and it will do and show the results. Repeatedly. Whenever some task need to be performed again and again, instead of using a human being, if we use the tool in the place of it, it will be more benefited for us. Come on here. There are so many other advantages also like this. One by one we will be discussing in future about automation testing. Are you getting my point or not? Right? Even though automated tool is there, manually our efforts are required. First we should understand the requirements and we should get the ideas. Like how he got the idea, I will enter valid username, valid password, click on login button. Only one idea, one more idea is there. I will enter invalid username, valid password, click on login button. I will enter valid username, invalid password, click on login button. I will enter invalid username, invalid password, click on login button. He got 4 ideas. How many ideas? To test the login functionality. All these 4 ideas he should either say to a manual test engineer and make him execute, or he should say it to the tool and make it execute. The difference is execution only. Remaining concept will be same in both manual testing and automation testing. Clear for everybody? Just instead of making a human being do the actions and checkings, we will make the tool to do the actions and checkings. That is the major difference between manual testing and automation. Yeah, the difference is simple, but using a human being already well known for us, but using a tool actually we don't know. So how to give instructions to the tool and make it to do our work, we need to learn. That training only we are going to take for the next 25 days here. Are you getting my point? Okay. What training sir is going to give here means how to use the tool and make it to do the actions on the application and the checkings on the application, and finally it will show us the results. So how to understand that results. So after that, once results are understood, we will prepare the defect profile and send it to the developers. Come on here. Before that, first we will understand the requirements. Come on here. We only will get the ideas. All these are same. Testing ante finally I will say one thing. First of all, understanding the customer requirements. After that, to do testing, we will get some ideas. After getting the ideas, if we want to do manual testing, in English write all the ideas and give it to the junior. Junior will execute the ideas and will give you the results. Come on here. Based on that, you prepare the defect report and send it to the developers and wait for the next build. This is testing. Ante kada testing ante? The same thing we do with automation also. First, we will understand the requirements. Observe the change here. We will understand the requirements. We only will understand the requirement. After understanding the requirements, we will think and get the, come on, after getting the ideas, we will write it in English in tool understandable language. So whatever the tool we are going to use, some language it will understand. In that language, we will write the instructions. Come on here. Sir, 1 second, sir. This fellow can understand English, can understand Hindi, can understand Oriya, sir. In which language you prefer to use, sir? Whichever is convenient for me in that 3 languages, I will choose that. If I am convenient with English, I will use English. If I am convenient with Oriya, I will use Oriya. If I am convenient with Hindi, I will use Hindi. So as my assistant can understand 3 languages, he is giving an option for me. Whichever the language you are comfortable in these 3, please use any one of them. In the same way, our Selenium also understand not only Java, it will understand Ruby also. It will understand C# also. Come on. Like that, it will understand few languages. Depends upon your convenience. You can pick one language and can give the instructions to the Selenium in that language. Hello? Hello? Right, so Selenium can understand not only Java, few other languages also. In those languages, whichever is convenient for you and comfortable for you, select that language and then give instructions to the Selenium. Clear? As we know, we have some touch already with Java. At least we heard about it. If you are not experts also, Java anedi endo telusu, Ruby anangane oyamma idendo anukuntaru. Yes or no? Come on here. Andukani Java ane తీసుకున్నాను నేను. Are you getting my point? As it is definitely very easy language when compared to all the other languages also. We are going to discuss what much upon Java, and in Java only we are planning to give the instructions to the Selenium. Is it clear? Yes. Okay, right. So after getting the ideas, select one language, whatever tool can understand. So you may be using QTP, you may be using Selenium, you may be using WinRunner. So which tool you are using, first decide. Come on here. This course is not just a Selenium course only. I am giving you the complete knowledge of how to do automation testing. Introduction sessions are very important. That's the reason I have been saying for you. Come on, friends. Right. Okay. Now I want to use QTP. Which languages QTP understands? It will understand VB script, it will understand C, it will understand something. Are you getting my point? In those languages, which language I am comfortable? I am very comfortable with VB script. Then select the language. The same ideas you write in VB script language, so that your tool will understand and will do all those actions and checking and will show you the results. No, sir, not QTP. I want to use Selenium, sir. Yeah, use. But once you decide Selenium, which languages Selenium understands? Come on here. In those languages, which language I am comfortable with? Java. Then give your ideas in Java. Selenium will understand, do the actions and checkings, and will show you the results. Yes, sir. From that results, whatever we understand, if we feel any defects are there in the application, we will write them in the personal diary. Defect profile. Chappandi aithe. So defect profile and send it to the development and wait for the next build. This is known as testing. So manual testing, automation testing are not different. First, everybody understand this point. Most of the people will have a very huge difference in their mind between manual testing and auto. Hey, you are automation test engineer, I am just manual test engineer. Aim ledu. Manual test engineer ki automation test engineer pettadu aim ledu. Only difference is how to use that tool. Expertization will be there for the automation tester. Remaining work will be same. Clear? Why I am saying these many times? The first point itself means this is what exactly you required with 15 years of Suresh sir experience. This one point will first give you full confidence. I am not learning something new, and who are already working as manual testers. Whatever the job I am doing, same job I will continue with less efforts. In the place of manual test engineer, I will be using a tool. Come on here, some of my efforts will be reduced, but the work will be same. A feel raval mundu. Once you feel that, then work will become more easy and training will be more effective. Clear? Without knowing this, first day you came, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid, ఏదో something నేను మాట్లాడుతున్నాను అనుకోండి. There are number of students I have observed actually, they will finish QTP. At the end, what is QTP ante, I don't know all those things, I will write VB script. అసలు ఎందుకు రాస్తున్నాడో కూడా వాడికి తెలియదు. కమాన్ యార్, వాళ్ళు సార్ రాసిన ప్రోగ్రాంల వరకు రాయగలుగుతారు. ఫస్ట్ బేసిక్గా మీకు ఐడియా రావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే, వాట్ ఈస్ automation testing, what is an automated tool. If you have that in your mind, ఆ seed లోపలగా ఉండింది అనుకోండి, whatever the work you are doing, automatically you will be enjoying it because you know what you are doing. నేను ఏదైనా ఒక లైన్ రాయమన్నాను అంటే ఎందుకు రాస్తున్నారో మీకు తెలుసు, అందుకని లైన్ ఈజీగా రాయగలుగుతారు. అది ఇంగ్లీష్ లైన్ రాయగలుగుతారు, జావా లైన్ రాయగలుగుతారు. జావాలో ఏముంది, డిఫరెంట్ సింటాక్స్ ఉంటుంది అంతే. అరే బాబు ఈ లైన్ రాయడానికి ఈ సింటాక్స్ వాడాలని చెప్తాను అంతే ఒక్కసారి. కమాన్, ఇంగ్లీష్లో రాసే బదులు జావాలో రాస్తారు. Is it clear, Nana? Right. That's what exactly the difference between manual testing and automation. I already told you, 95% of my students will be working as automation testers only. Only 5% may be working as what? Manual testers. Why? Because they know job is same. Even with less efforts we can do and more package. When compared to manual test engineer, the package will be more. Why should we go for manual testing? Why don't we go for automation? That's the reason most of my students in US, UK, Australia, in India, most of my students will be working as automation testers. Only 5% of the people will be working as what? Manual testers, and most of them will be working as automation testing. Why? Because both jobs are same. Clear? Only here we need tool expertization. That expertization anyhow we are going to get it in an excellent manner. Probably you would have understood in the first session itself. If at all we are going to use a tool for us It is UFU. Tool ni always we treat it as our assistant. So we will never feel tool. Hammo selenium. Hammo QTP kada. Hey, QTP. Do this, do this, do this. Check this, show me the results. Selenium. Do this, do this, do this. Check, show me the results. Your feeling should be like that anamata whenever we are using a tool. A tool open cheste oka assistant మన ముందు ఉన్నట్టు కనపడాలి మనకు. Come on. Tool open చేయగానే మా QTP అంట జాగ్రత్తగా ఓపెన్ చేయండి. Are you understanding or not? ఎత్తుకోవడే మైండ్ సెట్ అట్ట చేసి పడేస్తే ఇంకా ఏం వాడతారు దాన్ని? అసిస్టెంట్ని చూసి మనం భయపడతామా? మనల్ని చూసి అసిస్టెంట్ వణికిపోవాలి. ఓ అమ్మ ఈడు ఓపెన్ చేస్తున్నాడు ఏమేమి ఇస్తాడు. ఆర్ యూ గెటింగ్ మై పాయింట్ ఆర్ నాట్? ఇట్ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ దట్ ఫీలింగ్ అనమాట. సో వీ షుడ్ నెవర్ ఫీల్ అమ్మో క్యూటీపీ అమ్మో సెలీనియం. వీ షుడ్ ఫీల్ క్యూటీపీ వేర్ ఆర్ యూ ఓపెన్ డూ దిస్ డూ దిస్ డూ దిస్ డూ దిస్ చెక్ దిస్ సేమ్ మీ ద రిజల్ట్స్. క్లియర్? అసలు మన మైండ్ అట్ట సెట్ అయిపోవాలన్నమాట. దట్ ఈస్ the first basic session required for automation testing. Hopefully you have understood everything what I told. This core point is very very important. అర్థమవుతుందా? రైట్. ఇక్కడ సెట్ అయిందంటే మైండ్ ఇంకా నెక్స్ట్ ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్టింగ్లో ఎవ్రీ సెషన్ మీరు ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తారు. ఎవ్రీ సెషన్ నేను ఓపెన్ చేసి ఏం చేస్తున్నా మీకు అర్థమవుతుంటుంది. నౌ ఇట్స్ వెరీ సింపుల్. వాట్ ఈస్ మాన్యువల్ టెస్టింగ్, వాట్ ఈస్ ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్టింగ్, వీ గాట్ ద ఓవర్వ్యూ. Yes sir. Whenever there is manual testing already successful in the market, what is the need of automation means there are some drawbacks with manual testing. So one of the drawback is boring. Come on here. And there are few more drawbacks also. It is time consuming. Come on here. So manually if we want to do the work, we take so much of time. That can be done in few seconds by the tool anamata. Tool can do the work more fastly. Come on here. And less accuracy. Whenever we want to do some complex tasks, sometimes manually whenever we are doing, we may not be so accurate. For example, I want to add two numbers and want to check the result. Come on here, that's a decimal number. It's a long decimal number. Let us supposing 2.000081343, 3.8888900046. Please add and say, and there may be a chance of missing some decimal. Yes or no? But if we use a calculator, a tool or a computer for doing the same exactly with very very accurate result, it will be giving for us or not? And that is the difference between manual work and tool work. Entama cheppan tool. Any tool can do more accurately. Even though we have prepared the tool, but still whenever the work need to be done, by the time it can do it fastly and also it can do more accurately. Are you getting my point or not? So like that, time consuming, chapatla meru, less accuracy, boredness. After some time, if I ask him to work for 10 hours a day, and no sir, only 6 hours I will work, 8 hours I will work. Okay, work for 24 hours and work for 48 hours and anko, work for 36 hours and anko. Are you getting my point or not? Right? But you can use tool continuously for 100 hours also. So it will not get tired. Are you getting my point or not? So tiredness is one more big drawback with a manual tester. But we can use the tool continuously for long period of time also. There are some special types of testing which we need to continuously do for 100 hours also. For example, stress testing. Come on here. So that time manually you need to sit in front of the system for 100 hours and need to test, and your wife will test you. Or 100 hours you are not going to the house, and is it clear or not? 4 days you are not going to the house, and who will agree? Come on. So such type of works, instead of we do it, we can assign it to the tool. Come on here. Like that there are so many other advantages also with the tools. Hello. One by one we can discuss them later. Is it clear? Right. Here what I am saying is, it's very simple. Time consuming, less accuracy, tiredness, cannot repeat the same task again and again with the same interest. He will get bored after 1 or 2 times. Same work, first time with very interest we will do, second time with less interest, third time less interest, fourth time sometimes that fellow will not do, passed, that failed and rasastadu without doing also. Is it clear or not? So that is the problem with manual testers. Is it clear? Apart from that, whenever we want to do some work only with manual efforts, we need more number of human resources. We need more number of human resources. So for a company, recruiting more number of human resources is always difficult. Is it clear, Nana? Right. So one human resource, one tool equal to 10 members. Are you understanding? So 10 members job, tool can do. But one person need to give instructions and information. One human being is required. But the tool can do 10 persons work. And that much fastly, that much accurately it will be giving the results. So, time consuming, less accuracy, more number of human resources required, tiredness, cannot do the same work again and again with the same interest. These are the drawbacks of manual testing. To overcome all these drawbacks, automation testing has been introduced into the market in the year 1994. So before that, all the companies are doing only manual testing. Actually, these drawbacks are there from so many days. The people are thinking and found the solution by the year 1994. The first automated tool released into the market in the year 1994. But the preparation of automation tools would have been started in early 90s. Are you getting my point? Or in late 80s. But the tool introduced into the market and the company started using it from 1994. Is it clear, Nana? Means from 20 years back, the tools has been introduced into the market. Why? Because it is 2014. Are you getting my point? And it's 20 years back. But even though it has been released in 1994, the tools came into the picture and became somewhat popular by the year 2000. Are you getting my point? And by the year 2000, 2001 only, people started knowing there are something called testing tools. Come on here, and into the market, and awareness came. Are you understanding or not? From 1994, people started using the tools, but not all the companies. Only 2%, 3% of the companies started using the tools. And slowly, by the year 2000, almost we are freshers in the market by that time. 1-2 years of experience we have. Are you getting my point? And by that time, around 15% of companies are using the automated tools. Are you getting my point? And later on, we also are part of increasing the percentage of automation usage in the company. So many of my students also are doing automation testing. May not the remaining complete percentage I only has increased and Chapangani, at least 1% all over the world, my students also may be using automation testing, at least 1%. Are you getting my point or not? Right? So like that, as per as the recent survey is concerned, it is around 40% of the companies are using what much upon automation testing. Around 40%. Slowly it started increasing, yet 60% of the companies need to implement. Come on, yeah, automation. Are you understanding? Why, sir? Automation testing, you told so many advantages are there. Why don't all the companies use automation only? You mean to say there are some drawbacks with automation also? Otherwise, 20 years back automation has been introduced. But yet still 40% only are using automation tools and remaining companies are still doing only manual testing. What is the problem, sir? First of all, in that 40% of companies, they are doing only automation testing or they are doing manual testing also. Initially, every company, any application need to be first tested manually only. Once an application is developed, directly it's not suggested to do automation testing on it. First we need to do manual testing on it. Till the application come to a stable state. Which state? Once the application is stable, then you can go for automation or you can continue with your manual testing only. So 60% of the companies starting with manual testing and continuing and finishing with manual testing only. Come on! But 40% of the companies starting with manual testing, once application is stable, they are continuing with automation. Why, sir? Why only 40% of the companies are doing it? Why don't the remaining 60% also start with manual testing and continue with automation testing? First of all, Why should we start with manual testing, sir? In our company, we have Selenium tool already purchased, or any QTP tool already purchased. Selenium means open source, free tool. Come on here, at QTP tool or some other tool we have already purchased and tool is available for us. Why don't we straight away start with automation testing only? You told, understand the requirements, get the ideas, give it to the tool and it will do the work. Why should we start with manual testing? This is one more $1 million question for number of people, they don't know. If we ask the people also, in our company all are doing like that, we also do like that. First we do manual testing, after that we do automation. When? Once the application is stable. What do you mean by stability of application? I don't know. Are you understanding or not? These type of questions we will be getting from number of people, but we will have very clear answers for all those things. We need that answers. Without knowing that what we are doing అన్నది అసలు మనం ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నాం తెలియకుండా చేయకూడదు అసలు వర్క్. Come on here. Initially, if we use automated tools, we will face so many problems. What are those problems? I will explain for you in the course. Are you getting my point? And straight away, application developed, and if we start using the automated tool, we will be facing so many problems. Are you getting my point? And what are those problems? Generally, simply, if I want to say identification problems, same problems. What do you mean by that? I will be explaining you later. Don't worry about it. Is it clear, Nana? Right. So now, some problems will be coming if at all we go for what much happened, automation testing. If we do manual testing, it will be very comfortable for us in the initial stages. Once the application is stable, what do you mean by stability of application means? It is not a defect-free application. There may be so many defects in it, but from there onwards, there will be no sudden changes in the application. Are you getting my point? There will be no much modifications in the applications. For example, there is login button arranged in the left side corner. It will be there only. They will not keep it once again in the right side top. There will be no sudden changes in the design or in the coding from there onwards. That is known as stability of the application. Stability of the. So once the application is stable, then we can use the tools. The tools will perfectly do the actions. If at all application is not stable, I developed so much of instructions in Java. Next build came, button is there, it is here, and I asked it to click. It's a tool, no? To identify it, it will go to the same old place. It's not there. I cannot do it. But if it is a human being, if not here, where it is placed in the, it is here, he will click it. So manual testing is correct in the initial stages before the application is not stable. Come on. But if we use the tool does not have any intelligence. Whatever I asked it to, it will go there and click it to and show the results. If it is not there, I cannot click it to, it is not there. So many problems. Kada. Again, I need to change the code. Instructions. Is it right or not? Instead of that too, it is better to do manual testing in the starting days. I am not saying that you cannot do automation testing. It is suggested not to do automation testing in the initial stages of the application. Every application, once it is developed, till it comes to the stable state, please do only manual testing. This is the better process. And once the application is stable, then you continue with manual testing or you use the automated tool, no problem. Is it clear for everybody? This is what exactly the process that is being followed in the software companies. Full clarity, yeah? Really, yeah? Excellent. So once the application is stable, then only it is suggested to start the automation testing. So if you want to use the automated tools, please don't use it from the starting of the testing. Once application is stable, then it is better to use the automated tools and give the instructions to the tool so that the tool can perfectly do the actions and show you the accurate results. If at all, in the starting if you use, in the initial stages, so many changes and modifications will be there for the applications. That time, all the work what you have done will be waste. Again, we need to redo the complete instructions and information changings. Are you getting my point? So due to that, Generally, we don't suggest you people to go for automation testing in the initial stages, and we ask you always to start automation testing after the application is stable. Full clarity, sir? Raise your hands, everybody. Okay, very good, excellent. Okay, na? Right. Okay, fine. Okay, sir. Even though after application is stable, we need to do automation testing. Okay, sir. At least 70% of the time, I can do it fastly, I can do it accurately, without tiredness, without boringness, no? Then why only 40% of the companies are doing like that? Still 60% of the companies yet to doing only manual testing. Cost, excellent. So automated tools are expensive. This is olden days story. Now I am saying Selenium is a open source, free tool. Come on, yaar. So they found some solution for that drawback. As I agree, before 10 years that problem is there. They must purchase the tools. Come on, yaar. And actually there are some open source tools also, but they are not so powerful like commercial tools. But Selenium has become very powerful. So 6 years back it has been really introduced into the market and the people started using it, and it has proved itself, and from past 2 years onwards so many companies are putting a step forward to use the Selenium, which all of us know about it. Story of Selenium andariki telusu kada. 2 years back nunchi chaala companies vaadam modulu pettayi. Why? Because powerful results vachayi and it's open source. Come on here. So definitely so many companies like TCS, Wells Fargo, chaala companies already started using it. Big companies also. Come on here. That is the reason most of the people nowadays in the market Selenium. అసలు Selenium అంటే ఏందో కూడా తెలియదు. ఎవడో ఫ్రెండ్ ఉంటాడు ఒకడికి, రే Selenium నేర్చుకో బాగుందంట అంటాడు. అది యాడ్ చెప్తారో కూడా తెలియదు, అసలు అది దేనికి సంబంధించిందో తెలియదు. There are number of people who will be doing like this, but చెప్పట్లా మీరు. Most of you people who are working came here kabatti you know the importance of it, and you know the present demand in the market for it. So very huge demand is there. Why? Because just from past 2 years only it has become famous, and number of experts are not available in the market to use that tool. Are you getting my point? So the first drawback is lack of experts. Lack of experts. Why 60% of the companies yet not using automation testing means lack of experts. So definitely if they want to use the tool, some expert is required. So that expertization is not very much available in the market. Are you getting my point? To use automated tools, so many resources are not available in the market. That's the reason most of you people who are working also once again coming and getting training here after 5 years, 6 years of experience also means the reason is you understood the demand in the market. Whenever there is a great demand, obviously package also will be high. Come on here. So the first drawback why so many companies are not using the automated tools means lack of automation testing experts. There are no more number of experts available in the market. Is it clear? Right. And the second drawback is maybe 5 to 10% of the companies may be putting their step back because of the tools are expensive. Tools are expensive. But there are so many other companies who realize that there are open source tools also which are powerful and equally working like what much happened commercial tools. So many companies are coming forward to use the open source tools. So there is no much big drawback with that as of now is concerned. From past 2 years onwards, a big open source tool which is very popular in the market is Selenium. Come on here. Yes, QTP is a very popular tool, but it is commercial. Come on here. So I definitely really love and like QTP also, and my nickname itself is QTP Suresh. Are you getting my point or not? Most of the people call me still as QTP Suresh only. But I want my name to be slightly changed to Selenium Suresh. Why? Because the open source and next market, probably for the next 10 years, we will be seeing a very good scope in what? Selenium, because it has already proved and number of companies started using it and more number of experts are required for it. Is it clear or not? Right. So that's the reason from past 1 year onwards, we are also providing the Selenium training, as we have realized soon after the Selenium has become very, very good and it is been clicked in the market, and we have already trained more than 2,000 members in Selenium already. Around 2,000 members, around 10 batches, 200 each batch, almost 2,000 members we have already trained and released into the market. And let us hope with your batch it becomes 200 and 2200 or 2150. Are you getting my point? And like that slowly we will try to increase it. Shall we, Nana? Right. Coming back to the concept here. Now it is very simple that there are some drawbacks with automation also. Not only with manual testing, there are some drawbacks with automation. But these drawbacks can be overcome slowly. Lack of experts, slowly we can overcome it. Year by year some experts will be available in the market. And it is not a drawback which cannot be overcome. It can be overcome. Okay. And next 5 to 10% of the companies, because in the olden days they are feeling tools are expensive, they are not going forward for it. Right now, why I am saying only 5 to 10%, and there are open source tools available in the market. So whoever really like to use the open source tools, they will not have this particular drawback. Is it clear, Nana? Right. And the third one and very, very important one is, whenever we want to do automation testing on any application, generally all the areas of the application we cannot automate. All the areas of the application we cannot automate. There are few areas we must do manual testing only. We cannot use automated tools. For example, dynamically one object is changing its properties. If we are a human being, as he told, we have mind. With our intelligence we can find that and we can do the actions on it. But as a tool, I will be giving one instruction and some information for it. But that is not there in the application, it is changed. Come on here. So the tool cannot identify such type of elements in the application and it cannot do the operation. So whenever more dynamic changes are there in the application, in such situations automation testing is not so easy and it is not possible most of the times. Is it clear, Nana? Let us suppose think in our application more than 60-70% such type of areas are there. Then instead of using automation, it is better to do only manual testing on such type of applications or not? So there are few applications which we will not even prefer the automated tool even though we have it in our company. Why? Because some applications, more dynamism, and there are some other problems also where we cannot do automation. I will be explaining for you. For example, there are some areas which no need to be automated. And we can do automation also there, but we no need to do automation. One time checking functionality. One time if I check, that's enough. For that, why should we put efforts to learn Java, write the instructions in Java, ask the tool to do it? One time, manual tester check it, that's enough. Kada? We no need to test that in a repeated manner. So such type of areas we don't generally prefer for what? Automation. We go only for what testing? Manual. So that is known as we no need to test with automated tools. No need automation in that areas. We can happily do manual testing one time. And some areas, we cannot do automation. Are you understanding the difference here? Some areas we no need to do automation. Some areas we cannot do automation. Cannot do automation means dynamic changes. Are you getting my point or not? This is one best example which you can understand in this stage. That is the reason I am taking dynamic changes only. Come on here. So dynamically some objects are changing in the application. That time, it is not suggested to use the automated testing in that particular areas. Let us suppose our application is having so many such type of dynamic areas, then we will not even prefer to use an automated tool. Completely we prefer to do what? Manual test. Maybe 5 to 10% of that type of companies also may be there in the market. And if the applications whatever they are developing are more dynamic features are available in that applications. Are you getting my point? And such type of applications we generally prefer to do what testing? Manual. So like that 5 or 10% because of cost and 5 or 10% because they cannot do automation testing. Hello? They may be avoiding, but remaining around 40% of the companies really not doing automation testing because no experts are available in the market. So lack of experts. Lack means in the next 10-15 years, we can expect this 40% of the companies who are using now to become 80% also. Up to 80%, 70 to 80% companies will use automation in upcoming future. Maybe 10 to 20% of the companies by that time also may not use automation because of dynamism, all such type of reasons. Are you getting my point? So In the next 15-20 years, we have a very good scope for what much happens automation testing. Is it clear, Nana? Right. So more number of experts available in the market, more number of companies will come forward to use automation tools. So all of us are going to get that training only, and we are going to at least 1 or 2% we will be once again overcoming that drawback in the market all over the world if we compare with us. Is it clear, Nana? Right. All over the world, at least ఇంకొక 1% అన్న నేను పెంచుతామని ట్రై చేస్తున్నాను. సో మీరు ఆ 1%లో పార్ట్ అవ్వాలని చెప్పి కోరుకుంటున్నాను. ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇట్. ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్ అన్న? రైట్. మొత్తం ప్రపంచం అంతా నేనే ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్ట్ యూనిట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేశానని చెప్పట్లేదు, బట్ డెఫినెట్లీ 1% మన వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు. ఎస్, ఆల్ ఓవర్ ద వరల్డ్ మీరు తీసుకుంటే మినిమం 1% మనకు ఛాన్స్ ఇవ్వచ్చు అనమాట ఆటోమేషన్లో. ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్ అన్న? రైట్. సో అంత పెద్ద మనము సక్సెస్ అయ్యాం దీంట్లో, అండ్ ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్ ఆల్సో ఐ వాంట్ యూ పీపుల్ ఆల్సో టు బికమ్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్ ఇన్ ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్టింగ్. ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? రైట్. రైట్. అండ్ దట్ టు Selenium. Very crazy tool right now available in the market. We are choosing and we are going to get trained on that. Is it clear? Right. So now, finally, we have understood what is manual testing, what is automation testing, and also we have discussed briefly what is an automated tool. Automated tool is an assistant of a test engineer which will be working for us. But more clearly, I want to discuss about what is an automated tool. Tomorrow's class, we start with what is an automated tool. Once we understand that, half of our automation testing course is finished. Reputto sagam course ayipoddi. Remaining 23 days, half anamata. Tomorrow ke half ayipoddi anamata. Why? Because a core digipoyindi anko mind loki. Then everything will be very, very comfortable. So what is an automated tool? That will be our tomorrow's session, and after that we will start the components of Selenium. Em start chesestam. So we can learn Selenium, we can learn QTP, we can learn WinRunner for doing automation testing. The most crazy tool right now available in the market is Selenium. So we are choosing Selenium and we are going to learn it from tomorrow. Is it clear? First I will discuss what is an automated tool, and then I will start the components of Selenium, and we will continue our discussion from there onwards. Is it clear? And also the language, whatever the tool understands, is very, very easy. Hello, no doubts at all in our mind. Even though you are completely from non-IT background, if you know only how to use mouse, that is enough for learning anything. The way how we train you will be like this. Understood now? Ee roju evanna knowledge vachinda meeku? Today you got some knowledge? Evo ardham cheppandi. There is something called manual testing which is being done from so many years. From 1994, automation has been introduced into the market to overcome the drawbacks of manual testing. Even though automation is introduced 20 years before also, still only 40% of the companies are using it. 60% of the companies yet to implement it. At least 40% among them will implement it. The main problem is with lack of experts. Entama cheppandi, lack of experts. Is it clear? Yes, right. So slowly this also can be overcome. We also can be a part of that. Is it clear for everybody? Really understood? And also there are some other drawbacks, like some areas of the application cannot be automated. If such type of areas are more in the application, generally we don't even prefer automation testing for that application. We completely do what? Manual testing. If 10-20% such type of areas are there, remaining 80% we will automate. 10-20% we will do manual testing. If 70-80% such type of areas are there, for 20% we no need to use automation. 100% the companies will go only for what testing? Manual testing. So generally whenever an application is developed, if in that application some dynamic areas generally cannot be tested with automated tools. If more such type of areas are there in the application, we don't prefer automation testing for such type of applications. We only do manual testing. Is it clear? Great. And also till the application is stable, it is suggested to do only manual testing. After the application is stable only, it is suggested to go for what much happened? Automation test. Before application is stable, we can do automation, but it is not suggested to do the automation. If we try to do, we will face many problems. Instead of that, it is always happy and comfortable to do manual testing in the initial stages. That is the reason every good company Any application they develop, first they start with manual testing. Once application is stable, then they go for automation testing. Is it clear, Nana? So these are the points which you got into your mind, which are very, very valuable for all of you people. And there is no much difference between manual testing and automation testing. Both are same. Process is almost same. Just ideas execution will not be done by human being. It will be done by the tool. Ante. Is it clear, Nana? Right. This much of knowledge we have gained in today's session. We just discussed very casually, but these many important points we have got. Is it clear, Nana? Right. So that is all about today's session. Shall we take down the notes? So first, you write, testing can be done in two ways. Testing can be done in two ways. Testing can be done in two ways. Number one, manual testing. Number two, automation testing. Okay, right. So simple definition for testing entama. Testing means doing some actions and checkings whether it is working according to the customer expectations or not. If we do all these things with the human efforts, then it is known as what? Manual. So technically, if I want to say it is a definition format, we can just say like this. Ante konచెం professional ga definition laga cheppalante. Generally testing means it's one process, or we can say it is one cycle. That life cycle will have some phases like test planning, test development, test execution, result analysis, bug tracking and reporting. Are you getting whatever I told? The same thing I have divided into phases: test planning, test development, test execution, result analysis, bug tracking and reporting. If all these phases are accomplished successfully with human efforts, we call it as what? Manual testing. Are you getting my point or not? So technically, in a definition manner, if I want to officially speak, I will speak like this about manual testing. No, in a mass manner, even a non-IT student should understand what is testing. Testing means open the application and do some actions and check whether it is working according to the customer requirement or not. That is known as what? Testing. Ardhamavutunda, right? Let us learn it in mass, but while delivering it, let us try to deliver it in class. Ee mottam work ne manam emantamante process. Emantam cheppandi process. Aa process lo manaki enni phases unnai? 6 phases. Enni phases unnai? 6. So test planning, test development, test execution, result analysis, bug tracking and reporting. If all these things manually with our human efforts, if we are doing, we call it as what? Manual testing. Shall we take down the definition? Come on first. Manual testing is a process. Keep the heading manual testing and write the definition for it. Manual testing is a process manual testing is a process in which all the phases of software testing life cycle, like test planning, comma, test development, comma, test execution, comma, result analysis, comma, bug tracking and reporting, are accomplished. Bug tracking and reporting are accomplished. Accomplished means completed. Are accomplished successfully with human efforts. So this is known as what? Manual testing. Okay. What are the drawbacks of manual testing? I have told you 5 potential drawbacks. time consuming, let us list out them also. Right. Drawbacks of manual testing. Keep the heading drawbacks of manual testing. Drawbacks of manual testing. Number 1, time consuming. Time consuming. Number 2, less accuracy. Less accuracy. Less accuracy. Number 3, more number of human resources are required. 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 Next, tiredness. Tiredness ante after we do some work for some time we will get tired. So tool will not get tired. It can continuously work for 100 hours also. Tiredness. Tiredness. Next, 5th one. Cannot repeat the same action. Cannot repeat the same action again and again with the same interest. Cannot repeat the same action again and again with the same interest. Cannot repeat the action again and again with the same interest. With the same interest. And we will lose interest and meaning. We will get bored. Are you getting my point? That's the meaning of this. So these are the potential drawbacks. There may be some other small drawbacks also, but these are the 5 potential drawbacks why manual testing is not been preferred in so many companies. Initially they do manual testing, but why they shifted to automation testing means this is the reason. Is it clear? But automation testing is not a replacement for manual testing. Totally automation testing has not replaced. Initially every application must be tested manually. Once the application is stable only we can go for what? Automation testing. Most of the people don't misunderstand this and say in our company we do only automation testing, there is no manual testing in our company. Initially everybody start testing their application manually. Once application is stable they can go for what? Automation. Is it clear, Nana? Right. All these are very important and golden points. This knowledge is very much required for you people to work as a test engineer in a company. Are you understanding or not? So all these things you must remember. Okay, na? Right. Next, keep the heading automation testing. Automation testing. Yeah, what is automation testing? Tell me. Automation testing is a process in which all the drawbacks of manual testing are addressed properly and provide speed and accuracy to the existing testing process. And we are not changing the process. Process is the same. Just we are overcoming the drawbacks of manual testing. Are you understanding? I mean to say the definition is same. Just with the support of the tools, we are overcoming the drawbacks of manual testing. Are you understanding or not? So it is not something different. That's the reason I don't want to give you a different definition for it. I will just give you the definition like this. Automation testing is a process. Automation testing is a process in which all the drawbacks of manual testing are addressed. Addressed means overcome. Are you getting my point? Are addressed properly and provides speed and accuracy to the existing testing process. To the existing, what is the existing testing process? Manual test. For that we are giving the speed and accuracy with the help of the tools. Is it clear, Nana? Right. So that is known as what? Automation. So I am just technically giving you the definition. Come on. But whenever you want to say it in your own words, don't need to repeat these definitions. Come on here. What is automation testing? Means automation testing is same like manual testing, but we will use the tools for executing our ideas, which will increase the fastness and also accuracy for our testing process. Like that you can say. Are you getting my point? So very simply I want to say, with the support of the tools, if I do testing, that is known as automation testing. Any definition is okay, but we need to know the concept. According to that, we can deliver any sentence which is meaningful related to the concept. Is it clear for everybody? Like that we need to answer the questions in the interviews. No need to mug up the definitions which SR is giving. I have told you the concepts. Please remember the concept, and according to your convenience, whatever the sentence come into your mind on that particular time, you please just deliver it to the interviewer also if you want to. Are you getting my point? No, I am just in a meeting and I want to talk something about this concept. Whatever the lines you get into your mind, you speak. Already you are strong in concept. Is it clear, Nana? Great. Excellent. Automation testing. Automation testing is a process. Automation testing is a process. Automation testing is a process in which automation testing is a process in which all the drawbacks of manual testing are addressed properly and provides speed and accuracy to the existing testing process. Provides speed and accuracy to the existing testing process. Provides speed and accuracy to the existing testing process. Is it okay? Excellent. Only first 1 or 2 days, as it is introduction, we are taking 5-10 minutes extra. So sharply 8:40 we will close the session. Don't worry, Bangalore students as well as here. Okay, na? Right. 8:40 you can leave from the class. Okay, na? 1 or 2 days only we will be just taking some extra session. ఏమయ్యా తుమ్ముతున్నావు? నువ్వు రోజు 9కి వదులుతావు అని అర్థమైంది. లేదు లేదు వదలండి. ఓకేనా? 8:40కి పంపించేస్తాను. గుడ్. ఫినిష్డ్? నెక్స్ట్, డ్రాబ్యాక్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్టింగ్. Drawbacks of automation testing. Drawbacks of automation testing. Lack of experts. Lack of experts ante resources are not available in the market ani. Lakhs and lakhs unnarani kada yo. Right. Lack of automation experts. Lack of automation experts. Lack of automation experts. Next. Some applications cannot be automated. Some applications cannot be automated. Some applications cannot be automated. Next, automated tools are expensive. This is also one of the drawbacks still going on, but nowadays we have open source tools, so it's not a big problem. Automated tools are expensive. Probably in the next 4 or 5 years this drawback will not be there. Already Selenium has become popular, and if most of the companies realize that and start using it, definitely not only Selenium, some other Galenium also may come in future once Selenium is popular. Is it clear, Nana? Right. So no worry, don't worry. These are the 3 main drawbacks of what? Automation testing. Next, write a note. Automation testing is not a replacement for manual testing. Automation testing is not a replacement for manual testing. Automation testing is not a replacement for manual testing. It is just continuation for it. It is just continuation for manual testing. It is just continuation for manual testing. It is just continuation for manual testing. Good. Next, second note. Note 2. It is suggested to use automated tools. It is suggested to use automated tools. It is suggested to use automated tools only after the application is stable. 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 When to use automation చెప్పండి? Generally, whenever we feel some areas in our application need to be repeatedly tested, then that is the best example for automation. There are so many other areas also where we use automation, but that is the best area. Most of the people directly understand, here automation is required అనుకుంటారు. If at all we feel some areas need to be repeatedly tested, then it is better to use automation there instead of going for manual testing. Is it clear? Right. And what is the scope of automation in future? Very good. Why? Because yet 40 to 50% of the companies need to implement automation. So definitely there is a good scope for automation in future. Is it clear, Nana? Right. So these are the 2 points. Shall we write the 2 points also? Right. Next, note 3. Note 3. There is a good scope for automation in future. There is a good scope for automation in future. There is a good scope for automation in future because yet 60% of companies need to implement it. Yet 60% of the companies need to implement it. Yet 60% of the companies need to implement it. Okay? Good. Yes. Right. So this is what exactly about the today's discussion, and we have clearly understood the basics of automation testing and why this automation has been introduced into the market also we understood, because there are some drawbacks of manual testing. To overcome all of them. Thanks.